Hey guys, my name is Kaby, and this time around I'm gonna share with you the special video of the War Legends gameplay. The idea of this one is that I'm playing against one of the new players to our game who reached me to say that scrolls in the game are pretty much overpowered and they're way too imbalanced. Definitely in the future the players will be able to buy the chest scrolls, so one guys will have more scrolls than the others, and so he say that it will be clearly pay to win. And to show him how is this not right, not correct, we decided to play the game where I don't use the scrolls at all. So I'm gonna show the guy that skill matters much more in the War Legends than having the scrolls. In fact, there will be no situations where you won't be able to use a single scroll. You will always be able to use the economic scrolls of the kind that I just use by mistake. That is just a habit to use the first echo scroll, so I did that, and only then I say to myself like, wait a minute, but... So I will not be used anymore. This one will be the only one in the game. And so what I'm gonna do on this map is to apply the 2-rex pressure as per the first video on my channel. Maybe you watched that or maybe not. So what we are doing is pretty much the standard build order. A barracks on 16 foot, then farm tier 2, and I also added the lumber mill to have more lumber to work with, because my workers don't have to travel as much to the castle, and they can just bring the woods a couple of steps or even 0 steps far from the woods. And now we are building the second barracks. It is starting shortly before the tier 2 is ready. And as long as tier 2 is ready and we have 2 swordsmen in production, we add the elven tree. That is the best build order currently in the meta stage that we are in currently, because later we'll have the stronger accounts and the workers will mine quicker and probably the timings will move too, but right now we all have about the same development of accounts, and this build order is good. So what do I see here? The guy tacked up to tier 2 citadel, and went straight to the mana tower to be able to use his advantage of having scrolls to have more mana to work with, and then he added the hero altar. At the same time I didn't see the race building, so his hero altar won't give him anything, because you can't summon a hero until you have a race building of that hero's race. So the hero altar by itself is completely useless. So it's just 300 to drop off, to throw off. So what we are doing on the map tactically, I am moving my first worker on my closer chest with resources, and at the same time I move out with all of my army on his chest, the chest that is closer to his base. That is, honestly put, is a little bit of disrespect to my opponent, because if he would be equal to me, I could be hardly punished for a move like this, because I would lose the battle here, because it is closer to his base, right? So he can have more units. And also his single unit could cut my worker and cut my initiative to acquire a left chest like this. But since I know that he is a beginner player, I act as bluntly as this, so I just take both chests. Now I have a lot of resources to work with. I take up to the next tier to have more farms, and I start attacking him to give an engagement right here, right now. I'm not sure if I can win the game straight there, but at least I can trade, and I can free my limit to hire the new units, to start hiring the new units already, because I have the resources and he doesn't, because he didn't get chests. So it is just tactically. I started to attack his hero, but then I noticed that his tower is nearly completed, so I started to take down the tower. I destroy it, start to starting to attack the hero, and hero is going down as well. But then I put the screen back on my base to order Paladin, my own hero. I switched to the human tech because he plays grunts and bombers, and the best hero for me would be Paladin. The Elven Princess is probably the weakest hero. She's also the cheapest, so that makes sense, but it is for the different circumstances when you need more mobility. Here I rather need more tanking, so I prefer Paladin. He's ready, and also the mid chest is ready. I am about to take it. I also wanna take this spot with the Elven Tower, which slowers enemies as well as doing a magic damage. And here we see that he takes a walker to take back the mana swell. I didn't put an attention while commentating, but you could have noticed that I captured his mana swell. He moved out in the beginning. He moved out to take down an elemental and grab this swell, but my army took it from him, so it's just now where he can start getting more mana again, and I'm not gonna let him, because that will mean that I'll have to fight against the scrolls. But what we see here is a Napalm Tower, and of course I could take it down with my army, but I have a better idea, because seeing that the tower is there, giving me an understanding of the fact that on his base, in his base, there is no tower, because he hardly already has tier 2 goblin lab, so he can't build the second tower so far. And now we see that that was a correct call. There is the tier 1 lab, so the second tower is not possible. Not a perfect micro from him with a bomber, a slight split by me, and he only did damage to one archer. And we are starting to take down the goblin lab to prevent healing. And from all the chests I grab throughout the game, I just apply pressure, but while I was not looking here, he was able to give the perfect active ability, perfect poison, whatever we call that. Anyway, just the poison ability from Alchemist, and all my archers were killed, but well. Later we'll pull back a little bit. Yeah, I wanna save my hero, taking him here to the mid, and I'm also getting healers to be able to heal the damage that my paladin received. He only has grants, so he can't take it down. They are not ranged, and they don't have higher speed than paladins, so I just trotted off there. And I got the Fox, the unit that I've already shown on my channel. The very fast unit, also able to hide in the forest. First she took the chest from me, and then I'm gonna hide in the woods to get his swell again. By the way, in the previous fight he should have used a scroll, I guess, probably a magic blast. Well, here is the misclick. So a few of my units went up to his napalm tower. I'm not gonna fight it like at all, because it doesn't help him getting and holding the mana as well, because that fox alone is holding it while the fox is in the range. Nobody can recapture from me, so he would need to kill the fox first. He can do it using the aeronaut that he had in the previous fights. And also there are a few other methods, like using a scroll again, a scroll of the magic eye, all-seeing eye it's called. Anyways, all of the money I got I again used to replenish my army to the full limits. I already have the tier 4 castle, the 4 farms, so I can build up to 112 food. I currently have 109, and all I can make is a swordsman or a healer. I choose a healer, so we can move out soon. I also have one knight. Yep, I almost forgot the word. Yep, that is the knight, to be able to engage on his skeleton archer if he has them. And I'm adding the factory, I'm adding the dwarven forge in the mid, to be able to probably place the ballista under automatic healing, but it won't be happening in this game, so never mind. His bomber engaged into the princess, which was definitely a mistake, and here I am just winning the game because I have a lot more units, because I had a lot more map control over the game, so I just used the better build order that gave me the first chests, and that proceeded into me getting the middle chest, and again I capitalized on that and built the full limit much earlier than my opponent. And this doesn't matter how many scrolls he might have right now. It is just sorry for me probably not being very modest, but just a better player wins, no matter scrolls or no scrolls. Obviously it gives a few like a bit of advantage, but if you are doing the wrong calls, like going the first elemental before the chest without controlling where my army is going. No scroll in the world will ever save you, man. And this is the victory. And we decided to play one more game, so I put them into the single video. Still the same guy and still the same conditions, me not using any scrolls. He noticed that he made the crucial mistakes in his build order, and I also switched the faction just to show him and you guys the different game. So now I'm playing dark against dark, which you can easily see because I'm playing the blue dark and the default dark color is red, so obviously my opponent is dark too. If he would be light, I wouldn't be blue, but I would be red instead. Just a little hints while we are doing the starting build order, which is pretty much the same as per the light faction. It is 16 barrack. I'm not sure how you guys are familiar or not with the RTS slang, but usually they refer the timings to the limit foot or whatever it's called in the particular game. Here it is the foot, and the 16 foot it was barracks. Straight after the barracks you wanna build your farm to be able to hire the second grunt or swordsman. Currently it's grunt because we play the dark. And I am doing the very strong build order. It is fast aeronauts, and it has a lot of grunts in the beginning, and then they usually transition into the aeronauts riders. We'll see if this game will take this long, and as per right now, I'm building my workshop, the dark factory. The light faction has a factory and the dark faction has the workshop. It is just to just so that the buildings have the other name and no other reasons. So my workshop is already in production and now it's ready. I'm start building my aeronaut, and my goons keep being rallied into his economy, into his base rather. I see him building his Tower of Mana, yet again as in the previous game too. It is something I advise to the players sometimes, but not this early. You wanna build your mana tower after you got your initial things on tier 2. So it can be rather a workshop or the race building plus the hero altar, or probably the race building plus the second barracks, but not the mana tower straight away, because you will miss an economical scroll to get up to... you obviously want to get up to 75 mana to make a magic blast if you do so, but I really don't think that it's worth it. Because just look what is happening. I have units, he has less units because he spent his money to build that mana tower. And so he can't move out to take the mana swell, because he doesn't have enough unit for that. And now he has his orc totem, but I already have this much that he literally can't find me ever. So I'm just casually taking this ground. I'm gonna take down this race building to take the attack damage buff that it gives in its aura. Now I can attack the barracks, but I also see that he's building the slingshot tower. It is the anti-air tower, so I want to take it down, even though his hero will be punishing my grunts for free. It doesn't matter, because I just want to take down the AA tower, so that my aeronauts keep attacking his economy and his units, hanging out in his base. For some reason my second worker didn't go to the chest, I'm not sure why. Probably I miscontrolled something, but now I'm just sending there my grunt. So, yet again, I took 2 chests, I play the better build order, I didn't use a single economical scroll, as well as no other scroll too, but just the better player wins, and no scroll in the world will help if you don't know how to put your stuff together. So what he does is just playing the guy who don't know anything about the game, but just ran into the shop, like bought some epic golden incredible chest for real money, and trying to win the game because he has money. But man, in this RTS it wouldn't be working like this. But of course, if you're an accomplished player and you know how to play your things, and also you have the scrolls, then maybe you will be able to get your swells, to get your towers up in time. But so many gameplay things is related to this, and you can see you can easily prevent the worst players from that. And the things that many players afraid in the mobile free-to-play games is not here, at least in terms of the scrolls. Of course, there are also the levels, the units can be stronger and things like that, but in this video I wanted to show particularly the no scrolls against scrolls, and you can see that it is very possible. So here we go. Thank you for watching. Make sure to sub if you wanna see more videos from me, and I'll come back with more. See you later. Bye bye.